over. What you think about this thing?
I think it's a gas, man. It's a gas.
All right.
Dig it?
Don't just stand there. You haven't eaten since early today, have you? The Motor City Funk. Woo! Now you think you got it?
I'm Dwayne Mills, and you're
I'm Elisabeth.
Elisabeth. And we're on beautiful Columbia River here, set in the Kootenays, with talented photographer extraordinaire Orville.
Yes.
And we have a lovely background. It's early, so it's not hot.
Beautiful morning,
Yeah,
for sure.
beautiful lady, old hot rodder with a pretty blue truck and a beautiful burgundy Volkswagen. White interior, my friends always razz me. They say, how do you keep it clean?
Yeah,
I
like
just
really,
don't-
how do you keep that clean?
It takes a little bit of work, but it's doable, and I
Yeah.
wanted to contrast with the blues. So.
Yeah, it makes it pop. It is
Yeah.
really nice.
Interior was done by Martha Jack in Robson, called Recovery. She's semi-retired now, so everything was done in our own backyard. Well, you know, that truck is a labor of love. I bought it 1983. It was a Penticton apple truck from the Okanagan,
Oh wow, really?
and I paid $200 for it. Put a battery in it. Orville will love this. Put gas in it. Fixed one of the tires, and I drove it home.
Wow,
The
seriously?
brakes barely made it. The old single master cylinder, and I brought it home in '83 and used it for about 5 years as a go to the garden. And
Wow, that is amazing.
there's not much stock in it in that truck anymore, but it does have the original inline 6-cylinder motor. It is the original frame, but it's been notched and what they call C-notched and lowered with a Mustang running gear mostly, and a 9-inch Ford Posse 4-wheel disc brakes.
Why did you stick with the 6-cylinder engine?
Well, because I'm a redhead.
Ah.
Everybody always does a V8. I mean, every time I go to a show, people say, "Oh, you have a 350 in it," or a typical V8 motor, which is
Yeah.
a bigger one. And I kept the 6-cylinder, but I radically hopped it up with multi-carbs, and I did a lot of old school tricks.
I bet it can really go.
It's not a tire spinning truck, but it'll cruise along the highway. It's got
Very
air conditioning,
nicely.
so
Ooh, even air conditioning.
oh yeah. The color was picked about 1988, and guess who picked the color?
You.
A lady,
Oh, you?
my
Lady.
wife. So I totally trust my business, which is hairstyling.
Yeah.
And boy, I had 4 panels of color, and that's the color we ended up with that my wife actually picked.
I love that color personally. It's one of my favorites.
I know all the ladies love it. I don't know, I must have done something right.
Yes, you did.
It's neat when you have the combination of time away from this hobby, and now we're itching to get back, all of us.
Oh yeah, everybody's probably done so much work to their vehicles. It's going to be definitely a beautiful show.
Yeah, I've been dusting mine to death almost. As long as you're comfortable, check out the scene back there.
Yes.
I mean, the Volkswagen is pretty.
Both of them are.
I know they've got wide whites on them too. I appreciate that. Wheels are powder coated red. That's what they did in the 50s. They always accented with a red wheel and then a flashy hubcap
Yes.
with the wide white. So it was something. Everything on that truck was out of a magazine that I had. That's actually my birth year.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
afraid to tell you my birth year, but it was April '55. So this magazine I bought many years ago had a truck done like this, Orville. And it had all the little tricks that I've tried to do. So I was inspired by another generation way before my generation.
Oh, wow.
And it's kind of like,
It's a time capsule.
it is.
Yeah.
That's how I got to BC, Orville. I played junior hockey in Penticton, so.
I realize
I'm
you
a
were a hockey
Saskatoon.
player.
I'm a Saskatoon boy.
That's awesome.
So I,
Definitely Canadian hockey.
oh yeah. I mean, I came out here to actually make my way in hockey. And I ended up stumbling across hairdressing. I could have cut my friend's hair, but you know, their girlfriends would say, "Would you trim mine?" And I decided rather than being a barber, I'd be a hairstylist. I used to compete. I worked on stage for 3 years, traveled exclusively across North America.
Now
and
that's
did
cool.
Makeup and hair with, yeah.
Super funky and crazy.
Yeah, so I did a lot of hair. I tried to compete. Canadian Championships, came 5th.
Wow.
So not bad.
That's very impressive. No.
75 hairdressers. Amber signal lights in the front of this truck, and they're from Harley Davidson's little, you know, when you have a Harley, you've got the motorcycle chrome stainless steel bezels, and I Frenched them in up there. So it actually has some Harley parts on it.
like and subscribe for more content. Ring the bell to keep up on all the latest videos.
Let the light take you, close your eyes now.
Yeah, you're looking good. Oh, we got the pose. Yep.